Ah, relaxing. Nothing like adventure pool, right guys? I mean, Pyro's all set up for it and all. She's even copying my movements. But I feel like I'm forgetting something, right, Zeke? Right? I don't know, chum. I'm just moving my legs very fancily here. Oh my god! Ah, damn! I left the light on in Corinne's house. Ah, damn! Her gold rent's gonna be up by 10 this month. Oh well. I know what Tantel is. Evacuating, but not evacuating. But you know, details. They don't need you to know that because it's not like they are in any rush whatsoever at all. No. Rush? What is that? It's a dog in a Mega Man series, apparently. But I guess if we have time and if it's not a bother to the Tantel people, I guess we'll save their home. You know, I don't want to make a fuss, but their home is kind of on the down.
So,
It's going down.
shall we?
Like this passage.
Yeah, like literally, it's going down. like Gembo is.
I wouldn't worry too much about it though, because they don't seem concerned about it.
Oh no! They're singing choir songs. The guards are relaxing and hanging out, chatting with each other, working on dessert shops. It's perfectly fine. This more like blends in, unlike Bridget.
That tower was founded by the Counter Adamites. Then
Adamites. I don't know why, but looking back now, that's really stupid. We are the Adamites, the Adam fan club boys. But I don't know. I don't know.
there's nothing in my journal from that period. I might have been returned to my core for some reason or other.
You know, because the king got her. But you would think that she would read her journal, especially with how diligent she seemed in Torna. And also when she was reawakened, she would have. You would think she would have been told, yeah, you should write this in your journal. Your previous driver got killed in war, and this is what happened. But obviously not, because I imagine they didn't write this far with Torna. But hey ho. I don't know. It's really hard to criticize or have a proper say in this type of thing because based on what we've seen compared to what actually becomes in Torna, it's hard to criticize because they must not have had much writ up for Torna. So I don't know. It's still these plot holes where it's not intentionally meant to be plot holes, but I don't know. I guess maybe in some points they write themselves into a corner.
What is this place? A battleground from the Aegis War.
In which we never saw because it's all lasers on Torna.
Yeah.
The walls and floors are melted. Must have been a hell of a battle.
And we get to see that more in Torna, but again, we get to see what it does to Torna. And granted, that is the big selling point, because all through this game we hear, oh, Torna was fell by this war. So granted, you would focus on that, but
maybe some of the destruction that we're seeing here is from Malos's artifices. Because we saw how much damage they did to various parts of Torna.
So it's a site
Possibly.
fight against him.
But we don't know if this is before or now. I don't know.
I thought Elysium was a paradise, not a scary weapon stash.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
All that I can find in the corners of my memory is that townscape.
And this is where I definitely think it starts to fall apart as far as teamwork goes. Because not only is there doubts with Rex not knowing how blades work, And like,
once we get there.
yeah, this.
I don't think.
Yeah, here he is.
Open a chest, it might turn out great.
But until then, it's just a crate.
That's rule 4 of the salvager's code.
Rex, comparing Elysium to dirty old sea junk.
And I like how there's no follow-up to that. Doesn't give Rex a chance to rebuttal. It's so like a subtle tone of like Nia realizing things like, oh my god.
And they're like, Pyra doesn't even know why she wants to go to Elysium.
Yeah, I just feel like this is, and I feel like, especially for Nia, especially with what the cutscene we just saw, I think it's beginning to dawn on her the fact that, oh my god, you have no idea what you're doing. You think this is all just a salvaging game, and the girl that you're doing this all for doesn't even know. And it's like, it was a paradise and now it's a weapon stash. It's like, that's not what I signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do like these subtle hints. Knowing what we know now, it's greater appreciation for what the story tries to convey to you, because I'll be honest, when it came to the World Tree, apart from, you know, Nia's romantic subtext in big quotation marks, everything came out of left field. But going back and just seeing all of it and seeing how, let's face it, naive Rex is, it's like, really sticks to it. Not just the characters, but really as you're playing, it's like, wow, you are not shutting up, but you are not shutting up with this positivity stuff, are you?
What have we here?
Registering coordinates.
What have we here? Even though I know what it is. The dialogue is letting me down, guys. Come on. And now we... Okay, that was a bit of a lighting glitch. Jesus, it was trying to fight between us. It's like, is it daytime? Is it nighttime? Who knows? Is it fighting with Tora's headlight? It seems like all of the lighting kinks aren't all out of the system, but hey-ho.
It's weird how it opens up for Pandora, but not Zeke the Crown Prince.
Yeah, well, I guess blades have a more permanent basis to them. Who knows? And there we have the true left area mark, I believe. Or is that Tantel? Can't really tell.
That looks like Letheria.
Yeah. Oh no, and I guess it sort of begs the question how getting into the ancient ship to get Pyra, you have to be a Lefteria or the one with gold eyes.
It was originally a conduit that I used
It's
to
like,
communicate with
where was that in the description? I wish Adam explains that more. And also, by the way, they had to shove in conduit somehow.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, it had to shove.
Conduit.
Had to shove in that somewhere in this game.
Did they change, or did Pyra just grow longer hair?
Growth spurts. That's what blades do. I mean, look at Gramps. Little hello chibi chihuahua giant dragon.
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Again, Rex just oozes naivety, and it sort of becomes a problem as it continues on through the game. It's not something that it points out right, but still something that I really admire.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna open my mouth.
It's like, come on. Is it really hard for a localization team to move a mouse piece just once? Just to emphasize that point.
And I guarantee it's been 3 hours game time since the last cutscene.
Are we?
Yeah, but you know, details.
In a dance of death, Nia.
I think
Just-
I just threw up in my mouth a bit.
You've come for the feta.
With the way he's animated, I'm kind of looking forward to getting Mikhail. But again, no, I can't wrap my head around how he was a timid, bitter boy to now this flamboyant asshole. It's like, I like to dance and wink at girls.
Where are Jin and Malos anyway?
Petroka, marry me. It's like, how does A get to B? Now, I'm really glad because this is going to be very cathartic. This is going to be very satisfying. Can I say, I love this song that's playing right now because it's so aggressive.
I wish they'd just give you an option to switch party members and whatnot though, because I would have loved to have Akos fighting Akos.
I know, unfortunately, but hey ho. But Akos is down. Petroka, I think, has bitten dust as well. Oh no, she's right behind Herald. I don't know what it is. I just really like this. I honestly think Mikhail acts as the tank, Petroka's the attacker, and Akos as healer. So it is very nice that this Gaggle of Powers has its own dynamic.
Don't worry yourself.
And speaking of how I mentioned last episode, this game ups the ante. Seeing Zeke pretty much get stabbed and like this, I feel like, oh no, just really intense. And of course, as we see here, Mithra's going to flare and to kill herself. It's like, how is that not upping the ante just a little bit? And the fact that Jin doesn't mess around.
Show it. Not with words, but with your own strength.
And I wish we got context for this form, because this is a very cool and very intriguing form.
Cool, because he's an ice user.
That was not a pun, it was intentional, but still, I'll claim it as my own if I have to, damn it. But still. But that we never got context for this in Torna, so like I would really like to see why. I mean, did it mean is this power given by Malos? Is this like a new form he's had the whole time?
My theory is that it's him combining his powers with Laura.
Possibly, but who knows? We're fighting the music right now. It's it's over blaring. I'm just looking at you guys. Ow. You on top of their heads. Oh god. That fight ended quickly. It's like having I like the thought of you landing ass first on Petroka's head. Like, oh no. But all joking aside though, this is a very intense fight. And I know like every story has got to have like the 3-act structure, the introduction, the struggle, and then the hero's triumph. But this I think does it in. I feel like its transition is very big. Like it goes from us saving Genbu to everyone dying and Power gets kidnapped and now it's all over.
Party what?
This allows me to
I don't know what particle means.
I don't know what particle means. It's not like I'm seeing everything. What if I said ether particles? Oh, now I get it.
Here we go.
It makes me wish we had like a system with this, in which Mithra can speed things up for Rex. And by speed up, I don't mean like her art recharge, but I guess. As always, it's a case of ludonarrative dissonance. What works in the cutscene doesn't really apply in actual gameplay.
Didn't I tell you? I can manipulate elementary particles.
And just seeing this as well, I think is pretty cool.
Nothing but a stream of particle energy.
Like this is Mithra's best shot, and literally like, hey, I'm holding it up. What of it?
The result is obvious.
And I like how the music stops as well to emphasize the point.
Jin.
It's over.
The music stops, Rex's face, And the fact that he's quivering as well definitely shows that there's his naivety is shining through, and this especially. It's what I mentioned before. This game takes such a turn, but does it strongly and in a decent way. I feel like it's warranted.
What answers? In this world, there are no answers.
Another thing as well is like Rex is trying to be nice and hopeful, but just to have it literally be stamped on. Like that's metaphorical, but also great as well.
Oh, look, what a touching scene. Are you going to beg for their lives?
Whoever had to motion capture Makar must have had the time of his life. I get to spin and dance.
If not,
You'll do what exactly?
I will
And like how there's not really
annihilate myself.
any music as well. It's just mostly choir voices.
You need me alive,
Really just
don't you?
really just emphasizes the sternness.
She's controlling Mithra's artifice herself.
The slow pans and fan the lighting, and this CG cutscene. It's like they must have worked extra hard just to make that scene look really nice. It's a small thing, but it's effort right there.
Just like before.
You know they want to animate the scene and
You
make
could
it
do
like
that.
whoa,
If I use the
robot
particle
in
cannon
space.
itself. But this is the targeting ray. It moves at the speed of light. And if I turn up the output just a little, that light alone has enough power to annihilate a single blade.
How's it gonna animate her equipment falling off, or disintegrating with this?
Faster than you can blink.
This time, and I'm not making humor out of the fact that, oh look, swimsuit. No, I'm generally interested. Like how do they animate it, or is it just like a simple particle effect and it just makes you feel like the attire is still there?
Open the gates to Elysium for us.
Yes. If that is your wish.
Don't, Hyra. They'll just.
Jin?
Oh no! It doesn't on her hands. Never mind.
Very well.
I'm still kicking for an extra measure. Okay, so now you stopped. I stab him, right?
Hyra. Mia. Keep Rex safe for me.
No. No way. I don't agree to this.
I don't know, I just feel like the musical accompaniments hit high notes. And
that, yeah.
that's a once in the gameplay thing for me, or what happens. Bridget opens her eyes. Granted, they don't give any, I guess verbal confirmation of that, but just the fact that it happens. They pull out all the stops. They have Morag have an emotional moment, Zeke having a serious moment, and you see the concept of someone opening their eyes. They somehow make it a emphasis.
Look at the state of you. You hadn't even noticed. Your own blade has been wounded so deeply, and all you can think of is yourself. You awakened the Aegis. I thought you might have been different. But you're just a fool. A
And
pitiful,
so,
childish fool.
and some ways, to this point, Jin's not wrong.
Mm-hmm. He's just going with determination. He has no actual goal in mind.
Yeah, and just look at this in retrospect. In retrospect, just makes things a lot stronger, and I really like that. Also, what's that subtle fuzz as well?
Yeah.
Like, it's like collapsing, or you could just say something bugged out. You don't know. Still, from that, lovely. And now out of the entire game, I know I've said this a lot in this part of the game, but not this cutscene, but the next one coming up, it's gotta be one of my favorites of all time. There's 3 locks. Doesn't really get more elaboration than that, does it?
Mm-mm. It might be for the 3 Aegises.
Yeah, because we have Pyra, we have Malos, and he mentioned that 1 was lost.
Mm-hmm. Ontos.
Yes. And, well, wonder what that could be.
I don't know.
I mean, they're all based on swords, you know. The Aegis, Malos's sword, I guess you can call it a Monado.
An anti-Monado.
Yeah. And, what other magical sword do we have in the Xenoblade franchise? I can't think of one. It's not like it's, you know, one of the mainstays.
No, I know. Elma's dual swords.
Oh, of course. Or do you think it's guns? What if a sword and a gun is an Aegis?
Please, come inside.
Yes, Your Eminence.
Now, I don't know what it is, but the lighting effects in this cutscene.
The slight sepia tone, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Jin finally has his hands on the Aegis.
so it just sends a sort of
Seems
grim,
The boy wasn't good for much after all.
especially with that.
Mm-hmm.
He can find what is lost.
Your Eminence.
This is why I say Monolith Soft is at least good at
Prepare the
atmosphere.
ceremony.
You can poke holes in the story and may say the humor's a bit too much, or something's not written enough, or not got enough depth. But their musical accompaniment, their lighting, and their tones, all fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at this view. Look at the lighting. look at the effects. How can you not say that looks good? Now starting is I think one of my favorite cutscenes in this game, bar none. Top 3, definitely.
As far as emotions go.
Yeah. Because there's no music, just nice lighting. Even the aspect of like flying away to the world tree. Or almost mocking. Almost. And just look at the textures and that lighting, especially on the sword. It's like, oh, so lovely. The sun rays, I think, are lovely.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's just deep.
The sun is pouring in, yet it still has a dreary feel.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I just, again, you could have characters just like feeling down and not knowing what to do. You get that. You get that in a lot of RPGs.
quite severe.
But the fact that you can imagine, it might be a bit funny. Imagine these guys just sitting around for 2 days.
He'd better get well soon, or... Rex?
Oh no, I just really like this.
What's that?
I'm leaving.
But where will you go?
Good question. Can't live on Gramps anymore. Maybe I'll head for Argentum.
Rex, you...
What the hell are you talking about, Argentum? What about Pyra? Do you know how desperate
Even
the
Rex's
situation
delivery, I
is?
think,
Or
is
how you
fantastic.
finally lost it, you
It's like you
idiot?
mentioned before,
Okay,
it's
just-
a turn
just
of personality.
Yeah.
Rex goes from
When I
optimistic to
became the driver of the
pessimistic.
Aegis, her driver, I felt like I could
Again,
do
they
anything.
use polar opposites of the
I was just
characters,
kidding myself.
and they make it to be like a
All I've
sticking
managed to do
point.
is hurt her. Again and again. So I'm done.
Oh, for crying out loud, Rex! She got herself caught to save you!
I know. So what?
So what?
Those guys are way out of my league. I can't beat them. It's hopeless. I understand that now. She'll be safe with them. They're not going to hurt her like I do. So I'm leaving. I've just been kidding myself all along. Me, a driver, in the end, salvaging is all.
You bloody idiot!
And here's the thing, you know that they poured a lot of time and effort
Yeah,
into
but
to
that
something
means
like
nothing compared to
as
what Pyra must be doing
subtle
right now.
as
She went to those bastards knowing
as
full
pushing
well how
over
much you
pushing
were hurt.
over
For our
barrels
sake,
and
for
animating
us.
I
that.
get it, I know.
They didn't have to, but
But what do you
that's
want
what they
me to
did.
do? I couldn't even slow him down. Even the Artifice's attack couldn't touch him. What chance do I have against a guy like that? The more I fight, the more Pyra gets hurt. She'll be better off without me by her side.
And here we go. That coming from Bridget is a sticking
Do you
point
not
to
have
me.
the slightest idea how it felt for her to leave you?
With me here, he'll suffer even more, lose even more.
This is why
So maybe
seeing something from the outside, like what we're doing with Bridget, how we're seeing it from Bridget's point of view right now, her eyes. It's like you can see they're trying to convey
Pyra
it.
thought you'd be better
And I
off
like
if
it.
she was dead. Did you know that? She is planning to sacrifice herself to defeat them.
Huh?
You drove her to this, but here you are, giving up! You said you'd get Pyra to Elysium, didn't you? You'll eat your words just like that?
Hey.
And to polar
Dad,
opposites,
been a
Bridget
while.
is calm and
It's funny,
composed and
you know,
always elegant.
I became a
And when we're
driver.
seeing her shouting and screaming and being
This
violent,
girl
slapping Rex.
It's Pyra.
Again, they're using
My new
these
partner.
opposites in such impactful ways, and I love it. And guess what? And guess what?
We're going to
It
Elysium.
all
Pyra
gets
and me.
kicked up to extreme at the World Tree.
know
The
what's coming
these I
next,
guess
but-
dark sides all come out.
Watching over us. Right, guys?
And maybe maybe
Forget it.
these moments are where they all
Never screw
spawn
it
from.
alone. This loser, he's not the Rex we joined up with. Let him go wherever the hell he wants.
Come now. Let's not start fighting amongst...
Let's give them a chance to work this out. Shall we?
Durmark, you're ruining the moment.
You know,
I don't have anything to say, I suppose.
Rex definitely not behaved like himself. Giving up after one loss? That not Rex I know at all.
but
Now is not time for excuses!
Poppy?
Again, having
Poppy is hurt to see Rex like this.
and having Poppy be an emotionless robot and giving her something.
So Poppy and Master Pond looked up to Rex lots.
It's like, god damn. They get emotion and goosebumps out of a robot, which from this point on, from up to this point, has just been emotionless.
Rex like bullseye we aim for. Without Rex, we not know which way to go. So please, Rex cannot give up and stop here.
Poppy.
Oh, hey Prince, what I miss? I'm sitting on my throne. It's the only throne I have right now.
Huh? My old man wants to see you. Time to go.
I hate him right now, but I guess screw it. Again, that scene I think is fantastic and one of the highlights, if not the one most character highlights of this game. Tantel is awesome in regards to its story and the way it treats its characters.
And the emotions as well.
Yeah, you get Zeke's twist, you get Pyra's sacrifice, even though she's right. Kind of devaluing the whole point in this cutscene, but but you see Morag's rage, you get to see Bridget's rage, you get to see Poppy's emotions, you get to see Rex being her defeated and crying and just giving up, and just all the combined with the beautiful lighting, the musical accompaniment, or even just the lack thereof, and just atmosphere in general. I feel like it's a very powerful moment.
It is.
When Monolith really focus on their story and their characters, my god, they do a fantastic job. This is, I think one of my favorite scenes in all of Xenoblade, including the original. This is seeing this scene again is one of the reasons why I wanted to come back and do New Game Plus, just to go through the entire roller coaster again. and you know what? I appreciate it even more because it adds weight to Jin's words, and we get to see how much it affects the characters, not just now, but when it get to the World Tree and you see the context of what this scene spirals into. Especially
with regarding Pyra and Mythra, because you know that she still has the weight of what happened to Torna in her mind.
Yeah, I just feel it uses what it has very, very well. I feel like they intensely make these characters like the extremes of one thing. Have Rex be incredibly positive to a fault. Morag, the very stoic and very firm woman. Zeke, the relaxed, comedic, and all around, I guess, over the top chum. and you get Tora, and Poppy, who's very cute, and Poppy's very emotionless. Having them all flip like this in such a lovely way, fantastic. I can't say that. I can't say that enough. But I think we spoke enough on this. So, with that, guys, thank you for watching. And I gotta say, this is I'm loving this scene.
I love it too.
And I love this part of the game. Chapter 6. I feel Chapter 6 has gotta be my highlight. I love it. But on that note, guys, as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time in our New Game Plus blast through. Just try to forget that Pyra's still here and we need to save her. Breaking the immersion, but you know. Either way. There. Much better. See you guys next time. I'm happy.